Good morning, everyone. We're going to be making some elephant elements today. If you saw the previous video, you'll know that I'm working on a journal that's all about elephants. So I have prepared some pieces that are going to go into these ephemera pieces that we're making today. I'm making 3 separate journal cards or tags that will be paper clipped or clipped to a page, and there will be a different one for each signature. So this one is a folder, as you can see. I've got all the pieces tucked inside it. I did work ahead by gluing this down because I needed it to be dry so I could sew this piece of fabric. So let's just do that first. Let's get that fabric sewn in. I wanted to make a little pocket. I have black thread in my sewing machine. I'll adjust my lighting here. So I just took this piece of fabric and tore it to the right size, and I'm going to fold down an asymmetrical flap and sew across it. And I think I want to do a different kind of stitch. Let me just look at my stitch chart here. Let's try a number 12. That looks pretty cool. And I will just sew it to the card. I just took a piece of forest green cardstock and cut it to the size I wanted and folded it in half to form a little folder. Now I'm just going back to a straight stitch. Whoops. Now the next thing to do is to see if the tag I made will actually fit into the pocket now that it's sewn down. Before we go any further, I want to make sure that will fit, and it does. Okay, but we'll work on the tag later. So on the front, I want to put, I guess I didn't tear a piece of that kind of paper for the front, but I want to put this elephant image on the front. I love that. And then just glue this. This is one of the embellishments from the Elsie Bell's bookshelf kit. The Gentle Giant is what it's called. And I love this handmade paper, and I've got quite a bit of it. So, oh, I left it far away from me. I do want to put a piece of it on the front. This came on a roll, and I've had it for a really long time. I'm just going to tear a piece off so it's a little easier to work with. Okay. I just want to make a more jagged top. This side is jagged because I tore it, and this side was machine cut. It's got a scallop edge, but this was the end of the roll. So I'm going to tear that end. And I'm just making sure it matches. It'll fit on here. This is very fibrous paper with different types of fibers. Okay. I'm going to just glue it in the center, and then I'm going to sew around it. I think I'll just sew around the elephant image. That'll be good enough. And then I'll probably just glue that on, but I want to ink that a little bit. Okay, let's get to work. I'm trying to adjust my lighting. I'm sorry. I really hate the light situation in here. Okay. And now I'm going to sew across the top here and then just kind of do a messy stitch all around. Just did a little extra stitching at the top there. What did I do with my little branch piece? I'm not sure if I even want to use it because I like that stitching there. Well, it'll turn up and then I can look at it and see if I want to use it. So let's move on to the inside. And on the inside I wanted to use some of these smaller pictures that came with the kit. Actually, these came out of my, they all came out of my book. So this is actually a drawing by Rembrandt of an elephant, which I thought was really cool. So I want to put this is handmade paper with some gold flecks in it. My flashlight, or my battery light, is flashing. So that kind of makes me sad. I'm going to just turn around to my little stand. Oops, that was my glue falling onto my scoreboard. I have glue stick on my little stand back here. did a video last night, the beginning of this journal, which was under 40 minutes, so I thought that my battery would be okay for today. We might have to make this a shorter video too. Because I sewed here, I don't want to sew all of these pieces down. I think I'm only going to use 2 of these here. And then the word elephants that I cut from the book. So I'm going to ink that too. I'm going to sew around them. One more. Okay, glue. Okay, so that page is done, that side, and now I'm going to work on the tag that will go in this pocket. I think I might glue that down there. Let's work on the tag first. So I just took I just took a scrap of cardstock, and of course I'm going to ink around the back of it. But I liked that mottled look, and I thought it was good for this journal. And I stamped this onto another scrap of scrapbook paper, and I want to put that on there. But then I want to make a little collage that will cover up the P, but I'll have a P stamped on this cork. I think it was this little piece. I have extra pieces here. Okay, just like that. So first I'm gonna sew this down, and it needs to be over to this side so that I have room for the collage there. I'll zoom back out. Definitely have to call that quilt shop and take my sewing machine in to have the tension adjusted. I wanted to wait till I finished the fabric journals because I needed to do sewing on them, but I'm doing a lot of sewing in this too. Oh, I bet I have to use my 3-in-1 glue for this. Yeah, I'm gonna grab my 3-in-1 glue. And I probably, if I wanted to sew around that tag, I probably should have done it before I put the cork on there. So I'm not going to sew around it. Oh, here's that piece. I knew it would turn up. Yeah, I do like it there. We'll put it there. So none of the images that I'm using so far are from the kit, except for this little branch. But I had lots of little elements, images from the book that I wanted to use. And they were small enough for this purpose. I'm going to sew around this little Rembrandt elephant. Oh, I don't like that. I'm going to take that stitching out because of the way it crosses over his trunk. Yes, there will be holes in it, but I think it's better than black stitching. It's picking out easily. So I won't waste your time or my battery on this. I will finish picking that out and then I'll just glue it down there. It's okay to realize that something you wanted to do doesn't work and change the plan. I have two different fibers here. This one is actually composed of a couple fibers itself, so we've got an eclectic mix here, and I'm just going to put these through the hole of the tag. And then that will fit right in there. You can journal on the back of the tag. This elephant will be glued down there. And I don't know what I'll do to the back, if anything. I might just leave it that way. Isn't that sweet? This will be a quick one, so let's do this one next. So I've already done a lot on this one. I just cut the same, all of these came from the same piece of cardstock. I just took 3 different of the handmade and mulberry papers and just glued them down there. I'm gonna glue this elephant head down there, and then I will put this on the back for journaling. But for decorative look, I want to sew around the edge here, probably twice. I don't even know what this came out of. Oh, it was a stamp catalog, a really old stamp catalog. So maybe some of you have that stamp. I might put a word or something on here, or just, I don't know, I might have to add something else to this page. This is a vintage paper that came out of a little binder. As you can see, it's got the holes, but it's vintage paper. Got some of the tape in the little hole, so I'm just rubbing it out. So that makes a nice little journaling card. I'll probably put something down the edge there too, but that's what we have for right now. So that was quick. Now this one, what do I want to do first? I'm going to sew this piece on for journaling. I'm going to glue it a little bit first so it doesn't slide around on me. I'm going to put this at the top. And I guess I'll glue it. And then I want to glue this down here. Oh, I was going to ink them first. So this is just a strip of cardstock that I corrugated for texture. It was a scrap. I have some scraps of corrugated cardstock. But this is the tool. It's an old one. I've had it for a long time, but you just put some cardstock in between those rollers and turn that, and it comes out with the ridges in it. So I just want to put that down there. And then I want to put a brad in it. Oh, my glue is dripping. Let that dry a little bit, and so I'll go back to this. I think I want to put an eyelet in there. I'm not sure if I'm going to end up putting an eyelet here or a brad. I might have to put an eyelet just for consistency, but I had these zebra print brads that I thought were cool. And also these square ones. So I don't know what I'll put in there, but for the top one, I want to put this little eyelet, and I'll just put a piece of thread through it with a tag or something on it. So prepare for a little noise. Just punched a hole in it. I'll punch a hole in that too. Oh, I think that looks good. That looks fine. So, I don't have an elephant on there. one's cute. I could just leave it though. It doesn't have to have an elephant on it because I like it the way it is. What was I going to do? Get a string or something for a tag. I have these tiny little tags. And I have my embroidery floss. And I hope that I can complete this before the battery dies, but I'm just inking around the little tag, and then I'm going to use a piece of the floss to string it through that hole. I don't know if I'll do anything else to this tag or not. To this tag. I feel like I need to do something else to this one. Thought I got some floss out. So I'm just going to tie it in a loop and just let that little tag hang. Sometimes I have trouble doing loops like this because they just want to tighten right up. So I'm not sure if I know how to tie them properly. Yeah, see, it just wants to go down and get real tight. There, got it. So that's just going to hang there like that. Okay, so we did this one, and we'll have this added to it. And we did this one, which will have a little more to it. Something here. Not sure. And we did this one. So we have room for journaling on the back. Maybe I could put something on, or on the front. Maybe I could put something on the back too, but maybe I'll just leave it. Alright, so before, this is just a short video, I guess, because my battery, you know. But I accomplished what I wanted to accomplish here, except for figuring out what I want to do with this empty space. So I'll be back with some more elephant stuff in the next video. See you soon. Bye-bye.